We already know you cannot lose fat effectively if you're not getting sleep, right? Well, I'm gonna teach you how to get the best sleep of your life in 2025.
Hey guys, my name's Michelle,
Anita,
Sarah, Leah,
Peyton, Talia,
Jazz, Marquita.
I'm a physique.
Product.
Period. You love to see.
You already know what this is. It is Trehunna from Secret Set. A lot of people undermine how important sleep is, especially when they're on the weight loss journey. You're eating everything right, you are moving your body, but then when you get on that scale the very next day, the scale goes up or fluctuates, and that's gonna throw you off. What I'm gonna teach you is how to properly get sleep so you can lose fat consistently and effectively. Y'all already know that there is two different type of cycles that your body goes to when it's asleep. The first cycle is gonna be non-REM sleep. Then the second cycle is going to be REM sleep. And REM, by the way, stands for rapid eye movement sleep. This is the time when your bodies actually start to dream. That's why when you wake up around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you probably realize, oh, I can remember my dream. Around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you really cannot remember your dream because your body starts to go back to deep sleep again. When you're in non-REM sleep, which is the most important sleep, what your brain is actually doing, it is moving things from its hippocampus, which is in the back of your brain or the back of your head, to your prefrontal cortex, your emotional part of your brain, where you make majority of your decisions. It makes you you. Also in non-REM sleep, your body is cleansing its brain. Your brain actually got its own form of lymphatic system called a lymphatic system. Your nerve cells and all your brain cells actually shrinks so fluid can pass through it a little bit more efficiently. Now, when you're just going throughout your day, you are moving, you're hustling and bustling, your body's creating some form of amyloid beta plaques. Basically, it's kind of like residue or debris inside your brain. So your brain has to flush it out. The people who are quote unquote insomniacs, these are people who are actually more prone to dementia and Alzheimer's. Why? Because they're not getting adequate amount of sleep, the debris is now piling up inside their head. So now these amyloid beta plaques or these tau proteins interfere with your nerves, and now your brain is not working as efficiently. So it is important for you to not only get a good duration of sleep, but you're getting good quality sleep. Now, in order for all of this to happen, your body's pineal gland is actually producing 4 different type of hormones for you to start inducing sleep. One is the one that we all know, it's melatonin. And by the way, melatonin, ladies, does not make you go to sleep. Melatonin prepares you for sleep. So it's kind of like if you're at a track race, you see the referee with the gun, he's pointing in the air, and he shoots. That's what melatonin does for your body. It prepares your body to sleep, but it's not going to actually make you induce sleep. It's not a sedative. So if you're taking melatonin right now, I would recommend you to stop taking melatonin, because believe it or not, the way the human body works, if you give your body something that it already produces and it keeps receiving it, it's going to interfere with your body's own natural ability to produce this thing. So now you have to rely on this melatonin versus you fixing your sleep hygiene so your body can produce its own melatonin at a certain time. Arginine vasotoxin. This is your body's natural pain reliever. So that's why when you sleep, you can have a crazy injury, but when you sleep, you don't feel it. When you wake up, you notice that the pain is starting to creep back. But that's because that arginine vasotoxin is now clearing out your system. Epidalamin, this helps your body's cognitive abilities and the memory. And we all know about serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone. So that's why if you are not getting an adequate amount of sleep, what happens in the morning? You are crabby, right? You are just angry for no reason. Babies, when they don't get adequate amount of sleep, what? They are naggy. So make sure you are getting enough sleep so you just feel good throughout the whole entire day. You're motivated. Now you're not gonna be dragging in that gym session. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the 5 main reasons why the average person is not able to get adequate amount of sleep. The very first thing is we nowadays take too many stimulants. The main one that we all take on average is caffeine. People are drinking now energy drinks. People are always starting off the day with Starbucks, coffee, etc. When your body actually receives caffeine, what it's actually doing is actually blocking your brain's adenosine receptor. Now, adenosine is the main currency for your body. And adenosine is produced after everything that you're doing. So me moving my fingers requires adenosine. Me blinking right now, me talking to you requires adenosine. But we get this energy from food. Okay? So we eat food and it takes this potential energy into kinetic energy, the usable form. when you're having caffeine, your brain actually got these adenosine receptors, so it knows how much activity this person is doing throughout the day. And if you're taking caffeine, it blunts it. You can have caffeine, but caffeine has a half-life of 12 hours, which means that if you're drinking something that is caffeinated at 2 p.m., it is still in your body at midnight. So for some people that can interfere with their sleep-wake cycles, but if you're really trying to fix your sleep, make sure you have your last source of caffeine around 3 p.m. max. Do not have caffeine after 3 p.m. Never after. A lot of people nowadays do not exercise anymore. What I want you to do, if you're really trying to fix your sleep, try to get some vitamin D first thing in the morning. Now, if you're in the Northeast region and you probably don't get a lot of sunlight nowadays because it's winter, but what I want you to do is try to make sure you are walking at least 10 to 15 minutes. That's it outside. If you live in a hotter climate, go for a walk at least 30 minutes a day outside. It could be a lackadaisical walk. I just need you to move your body, because now if your body is physically getting tired, then guess what? It's going to be easier for you to go to sleep when you get back inside. Because you're actually receiving some vitamin D, which is anti-inflammatory, but you're also receiving some sun rays from the sun. Even though it's cloudy, your body's still receiving some sun rays. And because your body is getting some blue light, by the way, that's why we have blue light glasses and blue light blockers on our phone. This is your body's signal to stay up. Our eyes got a receptor in it called melanopsin, and every single time your body receives some blue light, your body is thinking,
oh, it is daytime.
Why? Because we get majority of our blue light from the sun. So the blue light helps your body regulate and reset your circadian rhythm. So now your cells know, hey, it is daytime, and after about 12 to 16 hours, it's going to be nighttime. So when your cells and your circadian rhythm resets, guess what? Your pineal gland that I was talking about earlier is going to know, okay, this is around the time that she should be laying down and getting ready to rest. So guess what? Let's start releasing this melatonin. Let's start releasing this arginine, vasopressin, serotonin, etc. Now 3, in order for your body to get great quality sleep, 9 times out of 10 when you're waking up in the middle of the night, it is because your core body temperature is raising while you're waking up. Turn your thermostat, even though it's going to sound cold, y'all, I know. Turn it to 66 degrees at 9:30. That's why we got comforter sets, y'all. That's why you got that sheet. Make sure you have a heavy comforter set so you can actually utilize it and fall to sleep on 66 or at its hottest, 68 degrees. You're going to realize that because now your core body temperature dropped and it stayed dropped out the whole entire night, you're not going to be waking up in the middle of the night. And that's what a lot of people deal with. I woke up around 2 o'clock, 3 a.m., I got on my phone and it was just hot. If you don't have access to touch your own thermostat, sleep with a fan. You just need to be in a cooler setting. If your house feels like Africa, I promise you're not going to get better quality sleep. Now, speaking of phones, do not be on your phone late at night. Everybody's on their phones. Everybody got to be in contact with everyone at every time of the day. You got to make time for yourself. You got to start working on your sleep hygiene, which means what? You got to prioritize yourself. What I tell my diamond clients to do is at 9 o'clock, start turning off all the lights. You should be in the room that you want to go to sleep in. At 9:30, the only lights that should be on is going to be the TV that you're watching or your phone. At 10 o'clock, turn off the TV. What I want you to do is make sure you turn on these settings. Now, this is an iPhone, so if you got an Android, you got to figure it out for yourself. But I think they got the same thing called blue light blocker. But make sure these settings are applied on your phone, and I want you to watch whatever content that you want on your phone. So yes, you're going to leave your phone open and go to sleep on your phone. And one thing you're going to realize is you're going to blink and now your alarm went off. You didn't even know that you went to sleep. You should be naturally going to sleep and then you feel energized the very next day. But what a lot of people do around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock is they're still checking emails. You're still working on your laptop, talking to your girlfriends. Your girlfriend is going to be there tomorrow. So make sure at 10 o'clock you get off Instagram. Definitely get off TikTok. And I want you to watch Netflix, even though it might sound counterproductive, Hulu, whatever you want to watch on your phone. But now have your phone up. That way you're not touching it. Do not touch your phone. Just watch whatever content that you want. And I promise you, you're going to go to sleep faster than you think. Now, the 5th tip is going to be my biggest tip as well. Make sure your last meal happens 3 hours before your bedtime. I naturally go to sleep around 10:30, 11 o'clock naturally. So I need to make sure that I stop eating my last bite at 8 o'clock. Now, when you are trying to go to sleep, your whole entire body wants to go to sleep. But what a lot of people like to do, they like to have this big grand meal at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then trying to go to sleep at 10 o'clock, yet your digestive system is still working. The thing that requires the most amount of energy for your body to do is digestion and breaking down food. And it takes your body 5 to 6 hours to break down food. So if you have a meal at 7 o'clock, it's safe to say your body's still digesting food at 11 o'clock midnight. So make sure you're not snacking late night, because that's going to definitely interfere with your sleep. And make sure you eat like a queen as your first meal, eat like a princess for your second meal, eat like a peasant with your third meal. That's going to fix a lot of your issues, and that's going to allow your body to know,
hey, obviously this person's not eating. Maybe the sun is not out anymore. Let's go ahead and start releasing these hormones that's going to start inducing sleep.
you're somebody who cannot turn their brain off. When you're trying to go to sleep, your mind just starts to go crazy and your anxiety starts to rev up. You want to take, boom, GABA. You only want to take about 500 milligrams to 750 milligrams. Gamma aminobutyric acid is something that actually is an inhibitory neuron that's going to calm your brain. So now you're not going to be thinking as much naturally. You want to start taking methylated multivitamins. You want to have multivitamins, boom. There's one that I tell all my clients to get, which is Mary Ruth's, or boom, vitamin code for women. And you want to see if vitamin B12 says methylcobalamin or vitamin B9 says folate. Some people cannot convert folic acid to the usable form of folate, depending on your methylation process in your body. So if you skip that step, no matter what, now you're receiving the vitamins that your body needs, so you're not worrying at night. Believe it or not, anxiety is not normal. That's your body letting you know it's deficient in something. So make sure you're taking methylated multivitamins if you know your mind be racing at night or when you wake up first thing in the morning. Now, if that still is not working, then what I want you to start taking is 3 grams of glycine, which is right there. And glycine actually makes your body induce sleep. Kind of like Valium root, or kind of like what you're thinking that melatonin is doing. Okay? Take some glycine and some GABA or some Valium root. Leave the melatonin alone. You got the best sleep of your life. Especially if you moved your body, got some vitamin D, got off your phone at a good time, and you finish your last meal 3 hours before you even attempt to go to sleep. Your body's very smart. Your body does what you teach it to do. So if you're somebody who's in bed and you're typing away or you like to work in the bed, keep it in the living room or keep it in your workplace. Your bed should only be for 2 things. You going to sleep and you getting freaky in the sheets. If you start to train your body into thinking that the bed is your workplace, you're not gonna go to sleep. That's why some people get better sleep on the couch. From now on, you're only going to bed when you are ready to go to sleep. You already got that bonnet on your head, you already took that shower, and now you're actively attempting to go to sleep. And overall, with all these tips, you're gonna fix your sleep hygiene. Cool? That's your reset tip of the day. That's gonna be Stay Snatched all the time, not in the summertime. Let me know how it goes. And if you're a insomniac, comment below and tell us some remedies that you do for you to try to go to sleep. Hopefully it works for some of us, even me. Cool? Talk to you soon.